I'm Stephanie, the creative girl behind the designs. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. And if you haven't already done so, I would truly appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification alerts so that you know when I post my next video. So today, this video may not go up today, which is currently Tuesday. It was my intent to get it up today, but we're just kind of busy this week. So I needed to get my July set up, and I wanted to get that done today because, of course, I'm going to do a very patriotic, if you haven't noticed, the fun little nails. I did my nails today, and my stars aren't perfect, but you get what I mean. So I am going to be going through and setting up my July. I'm going to do, this might be a long video. I'm going to do my July currently, my July month, and then also my monthly dashboard for the monthly layout. And that's going to be a lot, and I may jump around, but it was just the best way to do it with the time constraints and things that we're going through. So I'm also having some internet connection issues, and which of course affects Bluetooth and everything else. So hopefully I am always in frame. I'll do my best to always check that and make sure. So I pulled out some of my, of course, fun patriotic washi, which again, I may or may not use. I have my Tombos out, which I have 847 and 555. Again, I'm showing you these things because I may use them or I may not. I do have, which I purposely bought for patriotic spreads, the Mambi sticks. They're large letters, and I have a plan. So those I know I'll be using. I have just my fun little patriotic pen and my little pinwheel, but I'm going to put that aside. And then I have a number of sticker books. I've got Essential Holidays, Brights, Seasonal, and then another seasonal. So there's a little bit from everything of these that I'll be using. So I'm hoping to get it all done and with minimal interruptions or delays. So let me just jump right in for you. And I am going to pull out my July. So the other thing I did that is different was I decided rather than pull out, paste this page to this dashboard, and you know how I was pasting Frankenplanning everything. I decided for the month of July to just use the pages from the Celestial Planner. Now, I'm not huge on the color of this, but what caught me were just, the little starbursts. So I basically pulled out the whole page the whole month of July from the Celestial Planner. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull all the pages out. I do just need to paste these two together, but I'll be doing that shortly, hopefully soon after the video. And then I'm just going to move this aside so it's out of my way. Okay, so I am going to start with the the currently page first, and then I'm going to jump into the month, and then I'm going to kind of skip around. Okay, so let me just go ahead and get started. Now, with the Celestial Planner, the currently page is much more simplified. So there's just an area for goals, priorities and goals, and then important dates. And then there's the plain area on the sidebar, which for the month of July, I don't plan on using. So that's where I'm going to use my Mambi sticks. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out what I need. Yeah, I think this was the week of Murphy's Law. Just nothing was working out for me. So that's why I'm a little delayed in getting it all done. Plus, I wanted to show quick before, so what delayed everything was my craft room and office was just a mess. And I had a Creative Planning Expressions Live on this past Saturday. And I'll show you what we created, or more like what I created and then I shared. So if you remember, I had mentioned that I have this A5 traveler's notebook. And so what I decided to do, trying not to ruin my nails here, is create a dashboard for summer. Let me just get to this page. So this is what I created on Saturday in the group. So it was just a fun little beach spread, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell the texture. Let me get up there. So you can kind of see the wave. So that's a little nice technique that I added in for that live. If you want to pop on over to Creative Planning Expressions, you can request to join the group, and you'll be able to see this video if you're interested. So usually, just so you know, about once a month I will do a live video and go through a, mostly up to this point, like a journal craft of sorts, and then I'll also incorporate some planning. So it's really just, you know, just a fun time. It's about an hour long. All right, so this here, I am going to, so what I'm going to do is put USA down the side. And I'm just turning it upside down so that it's easier for me. Because these letters, once you take them off, they kind of curl up. So I'm just going to see if I can get this back straight again. All right. So half the key, of course, is getting them on straight. That is a challenge sometimes. And I think with these, I've used these before. I'm going to test it now because I think I got this on a little crooked. They do come up easily, so that's good. Let's see if I could do it a different way. Or should I go backward? Let's see, USA, do the A first, because the A is the widest, so let me try that. And then I'll know exactly my spacing. All right, I get the middle of this out. So, yeah, that's definitely a bigger letter to have to get centered. So, and it's not that I'm necessarily trying to get it centered. I'm just trying to get the letters on straight. All right. I think that's pretty well straight. I'm going to go for my S. Just going to dive right in. Yeah, so see how it kind of curls up as you pull it off? So just, you know, work it the way it works best for you. And you'll be good to go. Let me check this. Oh, I think it's good. Nothing has to be perfect. Okay, and then let's do my U. And I'll probably add some washi along the side. I just hadn't really decided yet which one I was going to do. So I'm just bending this back because I did pull this one off already. Okay, that took way longer than I thought it would. But I think it's as straight as I can get it. And then again, I'll run some washi. I'm going to think about which one I want to use. Since these are pretty large and they're already red and white. So I would want to incorporate probably some blue. So moving on. I got too much to do. So tuck this off to the side. Now the month and the monthly dashboard. I have a few things I'll be doing and a few changes I'm making. Okay, so I also pulled over some bullets in case I plan to use those someplace. I had a thought and I may use it, I may not. So, diving right in, the nice thing is about this layout that, or font, is I'm not going to change anything. So there's nothing to do there. So what I'm going to do is, so from the Essential Holidays, I plan to use, and I already pulled it out for ease, I plan to use this sticker book, or sticker page. It just seemed right up the alley for where I wanted to go with it. And that would be all from here that I plan to use. And then, let's see. And then from here, I had 2 pages marked, but I think they're more for the dashboard. I'm just checking quickly. That's the dashboard, and that's the dashboard. So I'll pull this back out when I get over to the monthly layout part of it. And then in here we have, okay, so in this one I had some fun ice cream that I think I want to incorporate. Oops, my stickers are coming out. And then from the 876 washi, or sticker book, listen to me, washi, is, these are still falling out on me. So I'm just going to tuck them off to the side. There were a few in here. So they had some fireworks, but they had green and orange, and that kind of wasn't my thing. But I did like this sticker because I plan to use it on the month. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that open simply because I do intend to use that pretty soon. So on here, I was planning on using, let's see, where did it go? Okay, just another quick interruption. I needed to pull out my colorful boxes. So I am going to use in my sidebar here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to white that out so that it is not showing through anything that I put down. All right. So for the sidebar, I wanted to use silver stickers, and I'm hoping I have what I need. I go through these stickers like crazy. Oh, there they are. I'm like, I know they're in here somewhere. Okay, so I intended to use some of these smaller, they're kind of like, they're not the longest one, they're in the in-between size. So I wanted to use those in my sidebar. And I'm going to pull these over, and I'm going to do, actually I'm going to start from the bottom. I don't want it to be exactly lined up, and you'll see why. I'm going to do a grid in the middle. As long as I don't go over. This one's a bit close, so I need to not angle it as much. Better. Okay. And then my last dot grid is going to go over here. Yes, dot grid. We're going to do this one back this way. All right. And then where's my sticker over here? I'm going to use this while it's open, which is the Independence Day sticker. And I'm going to get my tweezers. And I think there was nothing else from this book that I saw immediately. So I'm just going to go ahead and set it aside. I can move those away. All right, so we have Independence Day. I wanted to put this right in the box. Here, fill that up. And then what I'm going to do over here, now I don't have a whole lot of room. There's more room in here than in between these two, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little circles. Wow, that was, and then I have 2 blue and a red. Okay, I can make those work. And is there no more big ones? Which was fine because I don't have a whole lot of room in the sidebar. So I'm just going to take these and kind of scatter them around. I'm going to hold on using this one right away because there was something else I was going to do. So let me do that. I'm going to pull out my Tombow markers. And if all goes well, then it will look how I wanted it to look. So I'm going to do basically like and I don't actually want to dot up my desktop. So I'm going to just put that under there for protection. And then I'm also going to do that here. I don't want to get it on the box. Because there's not a whole lot of room in between here. So see, that would have been on the box. All right, come down here. This one I kind of centered, so all right. Then I'm going to take my blue, do the same thing. And I'm just going to kind of intermingle the red and blue. This one shouldn't. Hopefully I'm still in frame. Yeah, so I think I've mentioned this once before when I do my lives on creative planning expressions. I have to change the orientation, and that, for whatever reason, it always changes my desktop. So it's always just a struggle to make sure I get everything back where it needs to be. Okay. So for the moment, I'm going to set this aside and not do anything more on the month. I do have areas up here that are open, and then I don't have anything on the bottom, but I don't want to fill that in just yet because I want to get to the monthly page or the monthly layout page. So again, I'm going to tuck this aside. And now on this one, I'm going to be incorporating a lot of boxes. So I am going to go ahead and start weighting things out. And I am going to change things slightly. And you'll see what I mean when I get it all done. I'll kind of talk you through it as I do it. Let's see, so this side's going to change. This side, for me, you know, it really works to have it be the YouTube area, so I may keep it that way just because it really works out nicely. And all I'm doing is just covering this up because I want to put a box down and I don't want that color to show through just because it's so strong of a color. Let's see, I'm going to trim off that edge. So with my change up and my, you know, having done the live in the desktop changing, I hope I put everything back, and I hope the lighting is correct because again, I did have to change a lot of things. So hopefully everything is back where it should be. So let's see in here. Yes, I'm going to incorporate that into this one. And then for sure, my whiteout. This is not going to be top priorities. Because I'm changing some of the boxes, I may put the things in before I finish other parts so that I remember what was going to go where. So over here, I am going to go into this box, or sorry, this sticker book. I'm not even sure where I got box from. And way in the back. So I was looking for a nice shade of red, and this was the best I could find. So let's see. And I'm going to pull back over my boxes because this one actually has to be silver. So, so for that, I'm going to use the small box. So if you haven't figured out, I'm going to do red, silver, blue for red, white, blue. I'm just going to kind of have it everywhere on here. I love the red, white, and blue theme, so I am just going to use it. And sometimes too, I always get done, I'm like, oh yeah, that's straight. And then I get done, I realize it wasn't so straight. This also I know is going to change, so I'm going to go ahead and just take that right out. All right, and then, so this is going to be red. Now these are slightly larger than the silver boxes, but that's okay. I like having a functional planner. While I love to decorate, and it can exist in both, I more need it to be functional for me. So this I'm going to put here. And let's see if I can... I left a little tail there, but that's okay because I can always come back and cover that up with a sticker. Stickers cover everything. Oh, I forgot to do this one. And the nice thing is that while, you know, I'm changing up my boxes, I mean, everything kind of stays the same a bit, except I'm just shifting around. The data is the same. I'm just shifting around some of what I put into the box. You'll see what I mean. All right. And then this one is going to be blue. And again, this was the best blue I could find. So I'm just going to have to go with it. And because this one borders the edge, I'm going to need to accommodate that. All right. And then while I am on my box kick, I'm going to go ahead and do this page. So this one, so red, silver, let's do silver, and then I can get that out of the way. And you know, I was looking for something forever before I started the video, and of course, you know, when you're looking for something, you can never find it. So I know as soon as I fill in and do what I was going to do, I'll find what I was looking for. But that's the way it goes sometimes. All right, so we have red up here, and then I'm going to take this page marker out. Now this red, oops, let me go back here, isn't going to be as big, I don't think, but again, I'm going to fill this in with the decor. So I'm just going to go right up to the edge. And then blue. Now I wish this, I'm going to actually do a longer one just because. And then I'm going to get this one out of the way as well. Okay, so this one is going to fit a greater distance, and because there is a line, I am going to white that out as best as possible. Only the part that's going to be under the box. I kind of like having the edge, so I'm going to start here. maybe not go crooked. The perils of a left-hander. All right, so if I start it here, oh, it's just a smidge that I can see. I don't know if you can see it, but it worked out fine. So that's perfect. So I've got that all set. And then there was actually, I have another page in the big one. I knew I was missing something because I knew there was another page mark somewhere. So that I got to pull back over. Now I'm going to start throwing in some of the decor because my blocks have changed slightly. So I think what I'm going to do, so that I'm not trying to match the red and the blue, because again, the Tombow, is a good color match, but it's not perfect. So I'm going to bring over my pen, Micron pen, PN. And I think instead of faux lettering, I think I'm going to do something different, and I am going to just print. So this box is changing to, where's my notes? Okay. All right. And so this is going to change to my store listing. So one of my goals in July is to get more listings put into the BTD shop. So that is going to give me, if you remember before, this was the blog. So it kind of, still is the same. And then I am going to check off things as I do them. I have like just a little note on the side here telling me what my boxes were in the prior month so that I know what I'm changing. And then this here, I am changing to something different for this time around. This for the month of July, I am going to be focusing this box on tracking statistics. Now this isn't going to track all of my statistics, but it's going to give me a good indication on the main social media channels or the channels that I mostly use. So I kind of wanted to have one for each. I do have a larger stat tracker, but this is going to be just as I said for the main ones that I'm looking at regularly. Okay. And then over here, we're still going to be, let me just kind of tuck this off to the side. Now, I don't have a highlighter. So the Tombow markers, they're nice, but they're dark. So I am going to pull over my, I don't have a dark blue. I think this is, I'd call it periwinkle. Let's see if it matches this one because it looks pretty close. It's pretty close. I'm going to go with it. I think I'll keep these blue. Although, you know what? Hold on one sec. I think I'm going to try the pen. So sometimes when you use the brush pen, you just get a different look in here. So I'm just going to use the brush pen because I don't want to like cover the whole box. Okay. And then that was my mild liners. And there's a reason I went with blue. You'll see as I get into the pages more. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the page. So this was the change up I decided to do, was kind of on a whim a little bit. Only because I know sometimes when you do the same thing every month to month, that you will, not all of us are that way, but you'll kind of lose focus on what you originally were trying to accomplish. So what I did out of this sticker book, the Brights, there are these habit trackers. So to keep my, oops, I'm going to try and take them out. Well, they didn't come out that great, but they're not ripped, so that's good. I'm just going to take it out so that I can put this sticker book away. It's kind of big and clunky. so with my store, so these are going to be for the store listings. And that being said, I'm going to pull out now the, all right, so I am not finding a blue shade I'm good with. So what I'm going to do, come back over here, and I'm going to pull out my bullet points. And I am hoping that I'll have enough to do the red. So these are these aren't pink, but they're the closest to red that I can find. And one thing I've noticed about these dots is they are very temperamental to getting them off. So there is that. And the reason I did that was because when I talked about pulling out this page, it has on there, and again, it's not, the reds are all a bit different, which is a little bit buggy for me, but I still wanted to use this. And basically I'm using this one. So this is the store, but I want to track as well when I'm posting on the blog. So I thought this was the perfect thing to use because in these, I already have them all set up as to what I'm going to use. I think that's, you know what? Let's go with that. Sometimes just being different makes it all worthwhile. Okay, so let's get this in there. So the box is a little wider than the colorful boxes. And I have the wrong glasses on. I can't tell if that's straight. Looks straight. All right. And so I'm going to get all the function in, and then I'm going to pull in the stickers to decorate. So all those will be pulled in at some point. Okay, so I now have my, just checking my list. We have blog. I now have the shop. And over here, I'm going to write in my habits, which are going to be, let's see. I have to make sure that I am keeping it the same. I know for certain that I'm going to leave this last one as Pinterest. Okay, so Pinterest, and then I think I'm going to change something up because I am going to put here, this is Facebook. Oh, and this one I want to write with this. So this one is going to be Facebook. I'm coordinating my colors, so I just want to make sure before I put something down that I know for a fact that this is going to be what I say it's going to be. So I'm printing. You can listen to the drone of the fan. Again, I don't know if it's picking it up or not, but so let's see, that was Facebook. And I am going to put, so let's see, we had Pinterest, and then I use that for this too. Okay, I'm going to put here, even though I probably would have wanted to make that one that, but that's okay. This is going to be Facebook posts. So in this box, I'm planning on, you know, kind of listing out what is the plan, what I want to get done, what I want to get posted. And then over here, I want to track what when I'm posting, not necessarily what it is, but did I do a post? And if I did, I can dot it. All right. And then I am going to come over here and I am going to put in here YouTube, because that's what it's for. And then I'm going to add a box. All right, and then the box that I'm going to add underneath it, let me get out my colorful boxes. Hopefully I didn't use them all. I am going to use a silver one, and I think I'm going to use just a grid. Because what I want to do, is I want to put, so with YouTube, what I've been doing is I'm keeping track of my videos and so forth, but then I'm also trying to do at least a few times a month what do I want to say? The shorts. So that is on my radar. Let's see, I'm going to put this one here because I'm going to do the same thing to this one that I did with the month. Oop, let's do red first. Trying to give it a little, you know, like the sparklers. All right, and then let me give that a second to dry. All right, let me take a look at I'm keeping an eye on my stickers because I want to make sure that I don't forget to use those. And then while this is drying, I'm also going to pull over this blue monthly habit tracker, if I can get it off the paper. And I'm also going to bring that over here to keep track of, and actually I'm going to put it in the upper corner, to keep track of when I'm posting. Same idea. And then in there, I'm going to use my 01. Okay, YouTube posts. Get my blue in here. So this will at least get me all set up for the month of July, which I'll be happy about because this is a little longer. I'm getting back into that time frame of it's getting past where I can, you know, stay on top of it. So I need to pull out my little sticker book again because I need to pull out the other sheet. I think I may need more of these, so I'm just going to pull these out now. And I just found, let's see, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to pull this out. I'm also going to use on the stats section, I'm going to use these little flags. I'm hoping it's going to cover it. Perfect. There's one. Oh, this one's crooked. 2. And then this one here off of this sheet. 3. So cute, right? Okay. I'm going to use my Micron 01. And I'm going to put into this box shorts. Okay, so the other thing I pulled out, I got these from Michael's a long time ago, actually. And they're pearlized, but you have to shake them up so that it works. And then, let me show you. I'm just going to kind of throw in here and there. Just a little sparkle. I think it's just sparkle I have on my finger. So here, I don't know if you can see that sparkle on that silver pen. It's very faint because in order for it to come out, you have to press down on it, and I don't want too much on there. All right, so what have I got left here? I have Instagram and, oh, this one over here. So Instagram is going to go here. Only because Instagram is photos. I want to save this area for something particular, so I'm going to come back to that. And then this is going to be Instagram. Oops, pen slipped. Okay. So that's Instagram. That takes care of that. And then coming over here, I'm kind of jumping around, and usually I don't, but I had changed a lot around and I wanted to track a little bit more, so I'm kind of jumping all over. I apologize. So this one here, I just realized I had a 1. Yes, I need pen. Over here, I'm going to bring in creative planning expressions. Now what I need to put at the bottom, I realize this page has a lot of blue on it, but that's okay. I'll fill it in with decor. Okay, so I'm gonna also, on creative planning expressions, because it used to be over here, so I've moved it over to here. I'm just gonna put this right at the corner. And then same thing for this. I want to track when I'm posting. And again, in July, there'll be another live going on. So be sure to go over and join that. And then you can participate in the next live for July. Now, what have I got left? Yeah, I have this little scratch up notepad or piece of paper. I love scratch paper because I can just quickly get out of my head what's in it. So the only thing I have left for this is what I suspected, which is the newsletter. Oops. See, when you use so many different pens. Okay, so this is still going to be the newsletter. And I'm also working on a fun project that I'm hoping I'll be able to pull together prior to the 4th of July, and I'll get that posted, but again, I'm hoping. Okay, so I have now covered, trying to make sure I'm in frame here. I've now covered everything I wanted to get down here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and now just kind of decorate it up. So I'm going to use mostly these, but I'm going to throw in some of those ice cream. And then I got to go back to my month because there were 4 things I needed to get on there. If you recall, at the back of the monthly layout, there are 2 blank pages which I use, so that will go on one of them. I'm not sure which one, but what I'm going to do for here is I need to fill in, I've got a space here, here, and then on YouTube as well. So because YouTube already has a firework, so to speak, I'm going to use some sunglasses for fun and for something different. Okay. And then definitely going to pull over, I think, the smaller fireworks here. So I'm going to put this down here. And then I'm going to use the stars up there. So my intent is to use as much of this as possible. And then the washi I will probably end up using mostly on the back 2 pages. All right. Little sparklers, I think these are. We're going to pull those over. And actually, before I go too far, I put this down over here and I'm not liking the angle, so I'm going to go ahead and change that up a bit. I don't like that it's going down, I want it to go up. But let's just put them straight. Straighter, it works. I'm good with that. All right, so let me start getting in my sparklers. So I want to put one for each one of these. And let's see, that's blue. And I think these will get used up, no problem. Okay. Hopefully, as I say, hopefully I'm in frame. Nothing was working out for me this week, so it was hard for me to tell where I was with the orientation for the camera. So let me, I'm gonna add this in over here just to kind of cover that up. I don't know why, I just don't like those things poking out. Kind of bugs me. Okay. And then, as you know, this is the hub of, this is the first page I turn to on any given day. So I always like to make sure that I know what's going on and where it needs to be going. So I am also wanting to put, and I don't know that it will fit over here. I'm going to give it a try. Let me just measure. All right, I'll just trim that excess off. That's cute. And let's see, I've got for my, I want to get some of these little ice creams over here just because they're too fun. Let's see, and they're perfect. They're red, white, and blue. Because I ran out, I have all those done. And I like to get something on each of the boxes just because it makes it fun. I'll put that there. Now let me pull back over my month because I need to take my silver, kind of add a little in. Oh, it's blobbing. Hurry up before it breaks. Ah, so close. All right, I need to try and get this off. Okay, I am back. So as you knew, if you caught that, my pen exploded, and as a result, this box has now got a blob of silver on it. But nothing I can do about that. So I'm just setting it aside and making sure that it's not touching anything because I don't want it to get all over. And then I'm going to grab a few more of these ice creams. Anyone know what these were called? I remember eating them as a kid, but I don't remember what they were called. I'm going to put one here. They almost look like fireworks, right? And then one more. And then I think that'll be it for the ice cream. I'll just take off the top of that. Okay. There was something, yes, I knew there was something I needed to do on this page. None of which was that. Okay, so let me keep that there. Now, if you remember from my last video, or my June month setup video. I want to each month make sure that I am keeping on target with getting my projects done. So there were certain things I wanted to do at certain times. So I'm going to use my silver, the small, not super small, but these silver boxes for each week. I want to make sure I put them in each of the weeks so that, because I have been keeping track of it, and again, some things were accomplished, others weren't. It's just timing, but it's always satisfying to get a project done. So I want to stick with that process because it seems to work. So basically what I'll do is I will decide what project it is I will be working on. Oh, I can't get one here. And then I will put a Post-it note on here, and then I'll write, you know, kind of what I think I'm going to get done in that week, or what did I want to work on. And then once I have completed it, or I may have to change if it's a time frame thing, I will then take the Post-it off, and then I'll write in there what I did. So down here, I do have, since the 30th and 31st is not a full week, at least for the month of November. Good gosh, listen to me today. Since it's not for July a whole week, I'm going to, I think, just do this. It's going to kind of crowd it out. So the 30th is another Sunday, but I think I'm going to do this, just so that I can have that box where I need it. I'm moving things around and making sure that pen is not touching anything because I don't want it to blob anything else. More importantly, my planner supplies. Okay, so I think I've got this fairly perfect. Okay. So I now have my projects. I've got that. That's perfect. And then all I'm going to do is now start filling in some of the decor. So I want to get in a flag. So we have, let's see, some stars left. So I think I am going to put, oh, I had one more sparkler. I'm going to put, do they go this way? I think they go this way. Or that may take up too much space. So let's see if I can get those up top. I do like these little stars. And then I have even smaller ones. So I'll do that. Kind of, they almost look like a banner. That's what they put me in mind of. And I'm going to save some of these because, as I said, I do have something on those last two pages that I will be doing, and so I don't intend to use all of these. Let's see, I have this little spot, but it's not terrible. And then these were already showing is the sparklers. So I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to put down. I don't think there's any others that I have. Nope. Okay. So rather than go extra and go overboard, all I'm going to do is take as lightly as I possibly can. I do always like to highlight the holidays in the month. So I'm going to go as lightly as I can and just kind of draw a line over it. I mean, wasn't great, but you know what I mean. And then this is another one. It'll at least draw my eye in anyway. And then I'm going to use red. Now I'm not going to do my little swash of color because, again, these are dark colors. So I'm actually going to use this side, the pen side. And then I'm just going to do a dot, kind of like it's a sign. And I think, oh, I did forget one holiday. I gotta go back and do that. Let me do this one, the last one here. And then I think I'm good. I'm just gonna take a look here quickly, make sure I have done everything, captured everything I need to capture. And then, as I said, this is, you know, unfortunately these already have the stars in it, so I wanted to do a blue, but the only blue they have is more stars. Will that look terrible? I don't know. It's all like 4th of July, right? You can never have too many stars and stripes. So let me just tuck that over there. I think by far this I think I got it at Michael's, has been by far my most favorite washi. And I think I'm going to be sad if I ever run out of it. I'm going to go ahead down the edge here and just put a little border. And I'm getting a shadow, so I can't, I'm hoping I'm on this line. Hopefully it's straight and that it's not too crooked. And I don't want to waste too much of it because, again, this is my most favorite washi. This is going to be a super, super tripped out 4th of July Independence Day spread, which will last me for the whole month. So let's see, I've got this one I got to do. Okay. Now the last thing over here I want to do is pull over these because I do want to get, I wanted to get one of these flags over here. This is the next smallest flag, so I'll use that because I'll use the bigger one on the last pages. And then I'm going to put this one down here. So this one will be there, and then I am going, because I need to have some of this for the back page. I love these little sparklers, but I don't want to use them all up because I want to use them on the last page. But like most 4th of Julys, we all have a barbecue, so I think I'm going to just put this here. I'm going to move it up because I don't want it to interfere with this header here. Okay, so I said it once before and then I started putting washi down. I think I'm done. I'm going to just kind of tuck some of these things away so that I don't keep going, because I probably could if I'm able to. I'm gonna put those away. Okay, so where are we here? Let's put this back. Hopefully that one area is dry because it was pretty messy, if you saw that. So here is my July. Again, I don't intend on using this, and I may throw in some sparklers here if I find any more or if I don't use them on the back pages. This is going to be a long video, but if you hang in there, it's totally going to be worth it. So my dashboard or currently page is done. And then I go into my month. I have my projects that I like to keep track of. And then I also have 3 boxes, which I had a few different ideas for, so I'm not going to fill that in just yet. Highlighted my holidays. And then I go into my monthly hub, which has all of the things I had before. I have redesigned some of what goes where. And then I now have a tracker for each social media or for my blog that I want to track. And then I still have a section for my newsletter, Facebook. My statistics are going to go over here. I think there's a few images I'm going to look for, but for the most part, I'm satisfied with that. I have my YouTube area, my creative planning expressions group, and then this page will get pasted to the back page of those 2 empty pages I spoke about. So that is my July month in a nutshell. And while this doesn't go in color-wise, I'm okay with that. I mean, not everything has to match. And while I do like to have things match, there wasn't any one single planner that I was using that really would have done that. I mean, the closest I had was the black and black and gold planner. But that one too was it wasn't like super great in terms of, it was black. I think it had like black and gold, like a marbling effect. So, you know, I'm okay with that. So I'm just tucking my pages in here. And these were the 2 pages I was talking about. So what'll happen is once I finish with my month, these 2 will get glued or pasted together. And then that will lead right into these 2 pages, which I will have as a separate video. The other thing I just want to quickly point out, in case you follow what I do in my planner, is I did update all of my tabs. So I color coded them to the colors that I use when I put them in my month or in my planner. I do have a color code sheet. And so I went through and I just redid all of my tabs. So like my blog, I use the color pink. So all my blog topics were pink. The Creative Planning Expressions group is a blue. YouTube is red. So I am super loving how this looks. If you can catch a glimpse, check it out. Love it. If that didn't sound very happy and cheerful about tabs. So that is my planner setup for July. Let me keep it open to my dashboard because I love how this came out. And so going into the 4th of July and into July, I am all set and ready to rock and roll. So I hope I've inspired you to do something creative today and every day, and that you create a beautiful life one plan at a time. Thank you for watching.